I love killing guys. Wait, let me rephrase that. I love killing kids. That's worse. Yeah, I heard it. That's worse. Okay, I heard that. One more time. I love puzzle games. That's the one. Nailed it. I've never been particularly good at puzzle games, but that doesn't stop me enjoying the first few hours of them until they start actually making you think hard, and then abandoning them for some more immediate dopamine. That's why the original Slayaway camp was such a surprise to me a few years back when I discovered it as a cheap deal on Steam. Because I didn't just do a few levels, get stuck and move on, I kept going back and going back and going back. The premise is simple. You are the serial killer, presented as being in some cheesy old slasher film, and you have to kill every innocent in the level by essentially running into them. Every level is a grid, there are objects and obstacles, and crucially you can only move by sliding in one of the 4 cardinal directions until you hit something. This means getting into all kinds of roundabout slidey shenanigans all over the place to tactically place yourself in the right places to kill the kids and win the game. Lovely stuff.
Amazing.
I did get stuck from time to time, but I left it a day or two, tried again, and figured it out. It became kind of essential to me that I worked out every puzzle. I had no interest in looking up solutions, and in almost no time at all, I'd finished the game. I wanted more, and I got it in the form of Friday the 13th, a sort of sequel from Blue Wizard, where they essentially reskinned Slayaway Camp with an official Jason Voorhees license that didn't really change anything, but gave me the big pile of new levels I'd been looking for. So it's fair to say that when I heard a full actual sequel was coming out, I was pretty excited. But they did something unexpected. They changed things. I don't live on a mountain or an island in the Pacific. I live in Newcastle, as I've mentioned a couple of dozen times. So I was reading all kinds of previews and early reviews that talked about how they'd changed the slide puzzle mechanics entirely, and I was quite worried they'd messed with something perfect for the sake of making something different. An all too common problem these days. Certainly that's the impression you get at the beginning, with the first few puzzles sporting a much simpler and easier mechanic of simply moving your monster one square at a time in any direction. As a veteran of the previous titles, you do get a creeping sense of oversimplification, but thankfully that doesn't last too long. You see, the mistake I've made here is leaving in some unedited footage of me trying to figure out the puzzles in real time, so you can think of this like a clip from a 24-hour fucking moron cam. Look at me there, just sitting about, no clue how to proceed, no clue. Jesus Christ. Oh, and here he is, cheating bastard, man. There he goes. No integrity, no pride, just needs the footage. Santa won't be looking kindly on these shenanigans. Actually, that hint system is quite cool. You get a little diagram of what to do first, but it stops short of showing you the whole solution, so you can get yourself started and then figure it out from there. Unless you're me, obviously.
Oh, so stupid. Oh, such a dummy.
What they've done here is actually expand the scope of the puzzling. Each stage now has 3 alternate versions, translating to a 1, 2 or 3 star experience. The 1 star versions are a relatively straightforward case of moving square by square to eliminate the targets, although even these start to get more complicated later on. The 2 star versions mix these grids up, add obstacles and make the whole thing a bit trickier, with a few more steps, but still with the 1 by 1 movement. Then finally you have the 3 star stages, which do all kinds of things, one of which is sometimes to bring back the original slide mechanic and provide the full Slayaway Camp experience at its most devilishly puzzly. But there's way more. There are mines and fires and water and killer footballs. There are different kinds of unlockable killers with different abilities. There are mini games to make the kills even more gory and entertaining. There are even multi-stage set-piece levels like this one based on Prison Break, where you have to get the birthday cake through all the killing and deliver it to the last victim. It's all spectacular fun, and it almost feels like a massive case of over-delivery on the original concept. I think this is a great example of addition without subtraction. You don't need to take stuff away to make something more accessible, or even just different. It just takes a lot of work, and there's definitely a lot of work gone into this. It's just as addictive as before, and it's just as charming thanks to the thing that's really made the series so well loved, which is the presentation. While the original used the framing device of the levels being from a specific fictional old-school slasher video cassette, and all being accessed through watching these films on a VCR, this new one has a Netflix-alike UI, so you're accessing the films through this streaming service, which is a nice little update. This time though, the monster characters are fighting to get out of the films they're in a fun kind of meta way.
Freeze, scumbag! Huh?
And we've still got the cute block character aesthetic that makes the whole thing so surprisingly wholesome. The animations they use to show the kids being scared or killed really adds character and humour to something that might otherwise feel quite dry as a puzzle experience, as does the inclusion of an occasional QuickTime event for a special kill. You unlock the new monsters with all the new weapons, all of which are delightful nods to different horror franchises or genres, and it's all just a bloody lovely time, literally. And as sequels go, it does exactly what they should do, which is to expand upon the original without destroying what made it so good. Top marks here.